Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make this quick and short. I've already spent too much time in here. I've got a lot of stuff to deal with, including making breakfast and going to a doctor's appointment. Since spent so much time in here, I've drank all my coffee. My first video that I did earlier, which I decided to delete, went downhill quick. I don't know why. Just my brain went to a weird place. So this morning's video is just going to be a quick and simple Bible video, and I will try to make it as simple as possible because of how things have gone already. Real quick update. We have finished doing the tree. We started to do the mantle last night, and because of doing these items, our spirits are kind of uplifted. Yes, there's a couple of pieces of ornaments or decor that was a trigger. Mostly for Jerry, because things are still fresh for her. For me, I don't dwell on the past. I try not to. Yes, it comes up a lot because of the fact that there are certain triggers, whether it's certain items, words, phrases, thoughts, whatever. But I do not actively, constantly dwell in the past. Yes, I have certain memories that come forward. Some of them trigger depression. Some of them trigger just oh, wow, I miss those days type thing. I don't know anybody who can't do that. I mean, I know a lot of people who do their best not to, or if they do have that trigger, they don't show it as readily as I do because due to past counseling sessions and whatnot, I've learned that it's not bad to remember the past. It's when we dwell on it to the point that it hampers or causes our day to go south. Thankfully, I don't have many of those. Granted, this time of year, because of the fact that there's a lot of fond memories of this time of year from various locations that trigger certain emotions, but I don't let them bog me down. Our spirits are being lifted slowly because of our decorating and just seeing the vision of what we wanted Christmas to look like, or the tree to look like, which I would try to put a picture in a future or a short video in the near future after we get done with everything. I have to come in here and try to clean up this room and decorate this room. My aunt's going to be staying here Christmas Eve and Christmas night. I think she's going to leave the day after Christmas to go back home. So she's going to be here like Thursday, which is Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve. Friday next week, which is Christmas Day, and then leave sometime Saturday. There's also a good chance that Diane's bestie from Texas is going to come up here. She'll be here Tuesday. So basically Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll probably sleep in the guest room, maybe not, or I'll sleep on the couch the whole week, which is fine. I'm willing to do that because it gives Diane and Lisa the chance to basically sit in the bedroom. We have a king-size bed. Sit in there and chit-chat and whatnot until they decide to fall asleep. And my alternative motive for staying out in the living room is I can stay up until I'm ready to go to sleep playing my games. I'm not going to really do that. The only downfall is either A, I have to bring my pill box out into the living room, or go in there and take my medicine before they go to sleep so I don't have to go in there and disturb them, which is good and bad. Because one, Jerry will remind me to take the medication. Two, a lot of the pills that I take this time of year at nighttime causes drowsiness. So let's say they're ready to go to bed at like 10, or Lisa's ready to go to bed at 10, because sometimes Lisa goes to bed early because she's a teacher or teacher's aide and she's used to going to bed early and getting up early in the morning time. So we'll get a routine going. Either that or I'll just have my 9 p.m. alarm, which is to remind me to take my blood pressure. I'll also use that as a take your medication alarm. But anyhow, things are going good. I mean, our spirits are picking up due to we're doing the decoration, and I'm like, wow. I wish I would have got my tail end in gear right after Thanksgiving to decorate, or right before. We were talking about decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving because nobody was coming to us for Thanksgiving. We have to do some errands today, so I think after our doctor's appointment, if all is well, we're going to run and buy the Christmas ham, get some of our medication we need, just quick general errands. So I think today, for the most part, even though I don't think it's going to take more than an hour or two to finish up the living room decor, the living room decor might get done tonight, if not tomorrow night, because I work tomorrow night. But I have to sit down and go, okay, this block of time I work, so I can't do anything around the house, but I've got these blocks of times that I can do stuff around the house. I'm going to have to literally push through the pain because I need to get as much done as possible before Tuesday. Granted, I'm off Sunday, Monday, but I want to use Monday basically for last minute house stuff. So I have to do Friday night, Saturday night, all day Sunday, and finalize on Monday. And Monday, the finalization is hopefully just to clean stuff up, spruce stuff up, do the linens for this bed, that kind of thing. Quick weather. The weather has been kind of weird. Now, my weather report comes from our local municipal airport, which is about 10-15 minutes away from where I live in Rolla. And it's in between the town of Vichy and Rolla, so it's called the Vichy-Rolla Airport, or Rolla-Vichy Airport, which is where we get our weather. Now, it's kind of funny because of the distance from here to there. They could be getting rain and I won't get nothing. They could be getting snow and I won't get nothing. I'll get the cloud coverage and it looks like it might rain, or it looks like it might snow, but it don't. You guys in the Northeast, I feel sorry for you because you got slammed by a major storm. And it has caused everything from car wrecks to a plane sliding off the runway, and it's caused at least 6 people to basically lose their lives due to the unpredictableness of weather and people. If you're traveling for the holidays, if you feel safe enough to go from your home territory to visit family, be careful, please. Not only in the weather if you're driving in the Northeast, but wear your masks. Take some hand sanitizer. Sanitize after going into a building, after taking your masks. Jerry and I have a practice that if we go into a store and we pick up our groceries or whatnot in store, then once we get in our car, we take off our mask and we sanitize our hands. Please, if you know that your area that you're in, if you go into a store or a business of some sort, and on the front door it says masks are required, 1, wear the mask. 2, as soon as you get out of the building and into your car, take your mask off. I use my pinky to hook the loop and pull it off my ear and let it slide off my other ear, and then I sanitize my hands. Please, don't think of this as a running joke or a gag or a manipulation or a falsehood or anything like that. It's not. We've lost too many lives in this nation alone, let alone the rest of the world, to sit there and go, "Oh, some sort of conspiracy." No, it's not. It's not. I've had too many family members and friends come down with it, and luckily most of them have come through. I know of at least one family member, my uncle, who is going to the hospital practically every other day for an 8-hour IV drip or um, some sort of medical condition due to a corona-induced pneumonia. It's not funny. It really isn't. It even before it started hitting close to home, hitting family and friends, I did not take it as a joke. I took it very seriously. If our medical professionals who basically spend their whole entire workday, life, career studying the various diseases that come out or pop up or have come out and need to be looked for or looked at to find ways to keep it from happening again, it's not a joke. If they're telling you to wear a mask and sanitize, wear a mask and sanitize. Don't listen to jokers. Don't listen to people who are not part of the scientific medical field studying diseases. It's not funny. I don't care how many famous people or comedians or whomever make jokes of it. It's not. I mean, I know a lot of the jokes that came out about coronavirus was because of some of the idiotic things that were said by our president, Donald Trump. Yes, I know he's our president until January. I don't accept him anymore. I never did because of things I knew about him. But this is not about politics. This is the seriousness of a disease that is killing people. I mean, not only does it make them seriously sick and basically riddle their body with all kinds of issues, aches, pains, feels like and looks like, the worst case pneumonia you can ever get or whatnot. But honestly, if you feel that you're coming down with some of the signs of corona, go get yourself checked out. Go down and go to your testing facilities, have them test you, go home, stay in your home, self-quarantine for 14 days if you can until you get your results back. And if you have the coronavirus, listen to your doctors and do exactly what they say so you don't have to find yourself in a hospital bed for God knows how long. If your testing comes back negative and you're corona free, be mindful of the fact that they even know that right then and there when you get the test results back that you might be corona free. There's a chance that you can catch it even if the doctors say you're currently healthy. I've had family members catch or get the corona that they weren't even out and about or near people, or they were doing all the precautions. The doctors are not 100% sure how coronavirus spreads anymore because at first they thought it was, airborne. But the thing is, if it is airborne and it survives in your mucus, your coughing, your sneezing, your whatever is coming out of your body via air, breathing, whatnot. The mask isn't just for you keeping yourself from getting it from somebody else, but the mask is also to help prevent others to get it, whether you have it or not, because they've learned what the coronavirus looks like underneath the microscope, but they're still not 100% positive how somebody who's taking precautions still gets it. And the only thing they can think of is because it's in the water molecules that we breathe or cough or sneeze out of our body, can live in that molecule and land on somebody's hand and get underneath the skin and start spreading in that person's body. So, the masks aren't just to protect you, it's to protect those around you. But, yeah, just take the precautions. Do what the CDC suggests, and I don't think it should be considered a suggestion anymore. I think it should be a major league recommendation. But anyhow, let me do the Bible verse real quick, and then I'm going to get off this, because, yeah, been in here too long. Anyhow, it's the Bible verse is 2 Corinthians 12, verses 8 and 9. And I know I wrote this wrong because of the way I was thinking. The way it says is, 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that the Christ's power may rest in me. Now, when I first wrote this down, I accidentally put down these time. Not these times, these time. So if it's these times or 3 times, let me know. Especially those who go back and read it. I'm just going to quickly say, this verse is not only poignant, but it's also difficult. The reason why I think it's difficult is because the fact that most men are raised in a mentality where men are supposed to be strong, not showing our weakness, holding it inside, and basically making themselves look like ironclad soldiers where nothing can harm them or affect them. I find that to be difficult, because men have emotions too. We have our weaknesses. We have our moments of weakness. And there is nothing wrong with showing the weakness, or showing our moments of breaking down and crying because of lost family, lost brothers in arms, especially those who are in the military. Even the police force have it difficult, because of the fact that they're supposed to not only show strength in their duties and whatnot, but they're also supposed to show strength in their resolve of what they're doing. Because if they're in a situation where if an opposing force or an opposing person senses a weakness, a lot of the opposing people, the person or persons opposing the law enforcement officer or the military personnel, take advantage of it and try to do whatever ill will they plan on doing. That at the same time, a police officer is supposed to show, kindness and, work with the victim, or need to show a force of strength to subdue a bank robber or a car thief, or somebody who's just needing to be subdued because they've done something wrong. Now, yeah, there is a line to be drawn to how much force you use to subdue an individual. Man or woman, it don't matter. If one person can subdue the person that they are trying to arrest or whatnot, they don't need to have that much force, because once a person is in cuffs, it's done. All you have to do is keep that person from running. You don't have to stand on them. You don't have to do anything more than just pick them up off the ground once they're in cuffs, put them in the back of the vehicle, the police car, and you're done. Our weaknesses, yeah, can be our strengths as well. I mean, showing your weakness because you are taught that is not manly is garbage. It's bumpkiss. I know for a long time, because of certain things that were said to me at a young age, put the wrong suggestions or the influence or the things that I was trying to be told or taught, just did not come with very good instructions. I've never seen, I've never seen certain members of my family, male members of my family, show any weakness. And I got it in my brain for some reason that I'm supposed to emulate that action or that strength or whatnot. There's no weakness in breaking down. In some ways, it's a release of emotions. And sometimes that release of emotions actually brings not only clarity, but it also brings a form of understanding. I don't know how many times I've gotten to the point where I've been bottling up certain emotions for too long. And when I release those emotions, the relief and the sense of calm and the sense of purpose and the sense of understanding that comes after that release, in some ways is as exhilarating and refreshing, if not more refreshing and exhilarating as when you are releasing it. The only way I can describe it is if you've ever been on like an old school roller coaster, the ups and downs and some twists, but nothing about spinning or turning you upside down. The thrill of the roller coaster ride. How exhilarating is it? Yes, it's scary at first, and it's it puts a sense of fear in you, but once you're done with that ride and you realize how much you enjoyed it, no matter how fearful you were, that sense of exhilarating excitement where you want to go and do it again, I think is more powerful and more potent and more energizing than actually dwelling on your fear or your anxiety or your negative emotions. And yeah, I can sit here and tell you how I feel after the release or after the exhilarating emotions of fear, of releasing your fear and your excitement. And I love that that feeling of the exhilarating feeling after the release. The thing is, some people get so jacked up on the adrenaline and the feeling of the release that they let things build up to the breaking point. And it's not, for me, it's not that I enjoy doing that. It's for me, it's like, how do I control that so I release it when I feel necessary of releasing it without causing any emotional harm to those around me? How do I, use the various energies, whether positive or negative, for a beneficial reason, not just I need to basically get out the emotions and not care who's being harmed by it, type thing. But the aspect of weakness, the weakness of showing the emotions, and then the weakness of the aftermath of releasing negative energies. We as human beings are flawed. We are weak. We have our faults, our downsides, and whatnot. And in the factor of being weakened by our showing of emotions or showing the weakness in itself, whether it's a weakness in your emotional state, whether it's a weakness in your ability to do certain things by yourself, and then having to break down and ask for help. Some people consider that a weakness. The weakness, I think, the not the good kind of weakness, which is part of Christ's power, but the negative weaknesses. I think if we take the negative weaknesses and learn to use them for a positive reason or a positive weakness. I know it sounds ridiculous because people are probably going, well, what's a positive weakness compared to a negative weakness? Well, a negative weakness in my mind is the lack of self-control, the lack of being able to bring yourself to say, yes, I'm weak in this category and I need help from my spouse or my children or family members and friends that are around you who are like, hey, we're here for you. If you need something, ask. And a lot of people think that asking for help is a weakness. No, I think it's a strength to realize that you have that weakness and you break down that weakness to ask for help. And I think that's where the strength lies, the power of Jesus lies, is the fact that you realize that you have a weakness and you're breaking down to ask for help. Now, I know a lot of people have suggested to me that I go get counseling because of my wild personality that comes out once in a while. That right there, having the strength to acknowledge that I need to go get help is a strength. It's a power given unto me by Jesus. My only problem with that is not the factor of weakness of breaking down to go get help. It's the, where can I find free bipartisan, I think that's right, or bipartisan counseling. I don't have the big circle of friends that Jared has, and I love her for it. I am actually envy for her for having these friends. But the problem I have with her going to her friends with her issues is they're not bipartisan. They're not separated. They know us too well, and they will try to give advice that may sound good to them, but may be one-sided. And that's why I don't always go to other people for help. I don't want to go to my church, to go to my pastor for help, because again, they know us too well, and I don't want a single-sided or a influence from somebody who knows us. I know a lot of people say, well, they're supposed to be able to separate their friendship with their career. I don't know how well that works. And right now, it's like, where can I get counseling for free via FaceTime or some other form of digital communication, or audio visual communication. It's one of those things where it's like, I know what I need to do, but who do I go to, or where do I go? And am I going to be able to afford it? Is my healthcare plan going to put the bill, or am I going to have to pay money that I don't have for 1 hour's worth of counseling per month, week, whatever? I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I turn to the Bible and I do this. Because it for me, it's not the factor that I'm getting advice from whomever. It's, I get some advice from the Bible and I get it off my chest. I think the more I get it off my chest, the more it helps me have clarity or focus. Anyhow, this next week, the week before Christmas, which basically this is a week until Christmas Eve, is going to be an interesting week because we got to finish up our projects. So I've been on here way too long. I've been in here for almost over about an hour and a half. So I'm going to sign off. So if you enjoyed this little chat session, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the comment box. Excuse me. If you're new to my channel and you decide to subscribe, you can hit the there's a button down there that says subscribe, and then a little bell will pop up, and you can click on that, and YouTube will let you know when I put in a new video. So until next time, God bless, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, bye.